The African savanna, a vast, golden silk carpet under the pale morning sun, stretches to the horizon. The light blue sky, like an unfinished painting, reflects the breathtaking stillness of the landscape. A gentle wind rustles through the dry grass, creating a steady whisper, the sound of the great wilderness narrating a tale of life and death. In the heart of this scene, a beige safari Land Cruiser of a wildlife ranger is parked, its warning lights blinking, a symbol of a humane intervention into nature's cruel law. In front of the vehicle, the female ranger, Ilera, kneels. Her white medical gloves stand out against the reddish-brown soil. The smell of antiseptic from her open medical kit blends with the scent of the dry earth and burnt grass, creating a strange mix of life and death. Before her lies a pregnant hyena, its swollen belly distinctly visible. It's breathing heavily, each labored breath a sign of a young life struggling with death. Its eyes, normally sharp and wild, now hold a look of deep pain and desperation. Ilera doesn't see a misunderstood predator, but a mother grappling with fate. Her heart tightens as she spots a deep wound on the hyena's hip, likely the result of a failed hunt or a fight for survival. The hyena had been pushed to its limit. Ilera carefully palpates the taut belly, feeling the faint movements of the pulse. She knows the labor has begun, but the injury complicates everything. Any delay could be fatal for both the mother and her young, and Ilera knows she must act. This is more than a duty. It's a silent promise to life itself. In this moment, she is not just a ranger. She is a guardian of life, a midwife in the wild, where the law of survival is unyielding and unforgiving. Ilera acts with swiftness and caution. She opens her medical kit, retrieves a syringe, and draws up a dose of a pain reliever. Her hands, used to holding binoculars and a rifle, are now as gentle as if touching a flower. The small injection is administered quickly, and gradually, the hyena calms down, its breathing becoming less frantic. Ilera reassures it in a soft voice. "Be strong, friend. It's going to be okay. We have to save your babies." The words are as much to comfort the animal as they are to steel her own resolve. After stabilizing the wound, Ilera proceeds to assist with the birth. She carefully helps each fragile sac emerge from the mother's body. The hyena's pain groans are intertwined with Ilera's own hurried breaths. Time seems to stand still. Both beings, one human and one animal, are fighting together for a single purpose: life. Ilera recalls her training and the countless hours of practice, but no lesson ever prepared her for the lurking danger of the wild. She relies on her heart, her courage, and her faith in what she's doing. Every second is a struggle. The hyena mother battles the pain, while Ilera fights against fear and an invisible pressure. She knows that giving birth in the open savanna is a sign of extreme desperation, indicating the hyena couldn't find a safe place. Ilera feels an intense connection to the animal. Their relationship is no longer just one between a human and a wild creature, but a deep empathy between two mothers. When the first pup is born, its weak cry is barely audible, but it's enough for Ilera to hear. She gently cleans the tiny body and places it near the mother. A small, fragile joy fills her, but there is no time to celebrate. She knows there are more lives waiting. She continues her work, quick and precise, like a surgeon in a complex operation. As Ilera is fully absorbed in her task, an unusual silence suddenly falls over the savanna. The wind stops, and the grass no longer rustles. Ilera looks up, and her heart leaps in her throat. In the distance, a massive shadow appears, then two, then three, a pride of lions. They approach, slow and powerful, each step a threat. Two large males with thick manes and two sleek females, all with a primal hostility toward their eternal rivals, the hyenas shining in their eyes. They don't roar, they don't show off their strength, but their silence is more terrifying than any roar. Ilera freezes, her body rigid. She is caught between two forces, the fragile life of the hyena mother and her pups, and the deadly threat of the predators. The distance between them and her small circle of life-saving work shrinks with every second.
I can't
Alara
breathe.
feels the air become thick and heavy, like a concrete block pressing down on her chest. But she cannot run. If she does, the hyena mother and her newborns will have no chance of survival. They would become an easy meal for the lions. She decides to stand her ground, her hands still holding her medical tools, her eyes fixed on the hyena, as if her concentration alone could ward off the fear. The lions have now surrounded them, forming a tight circle, each taking a strategic position. This wait is more terrifying than a direct attack. They don't attack, but they don't leave. Their eyes gleam in the sun, filled with curiosity and animosity. Alara realizes the lions are testing her. They want to see if she has the courage to face death. She feels the tension rising to a fever pitch. The savannah is silent, except for the hyena's labored breaths, the frantic pounding of Alara's heart, and the heavy footfalls of the lions. In that moment, she understands that this is not just a standoff between a human and animals, but a confrontation between the will to live and the brutal reality of nature. Fear seeps into every muscle, every cell of Alara's body. She feels the urge to run, to seek the safety of a land cruiser parked a short distance away. A small voice in her head whispers, "Run, Alara. Your job is to protect animals, not to sacrifice your life for them." But then, when she sees the pleading look in the hyena's eyes, that voice is drowned out by another, a voice of courage and devotion. Alara is in a fierce, internal struggle between reason and instinct. She swore to protect vulnerable creatures, but is she truly ready to face death? Is her life, with its plans and dreams, worth sacrificing for a wounded hyena? These questions swirl in her mind, causing her immense pain. She closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and smells the earth and grass. She remembers why she chose this job. It's not just a career, it's a mission. She wants to be a bridge between humanity and the wild, to bring a glimmer of hope to creatures struggling to survive. And in this moment, the hyena mother represents everything she believes in. When she opens her eyes, the fear hasn't vanished, but it has given way to determination. Alara realizes she cannot abandon this animal. She is here, and she will stay until the end. She makes a decision she herself can barely believe. She will continue. She will bravely face the lions to fulfill her duty. Alara returns to her task, focusing entirely on helping the hyena give birth. She ignores the lions encircling her. Her eyes only see the mother hyena and the lives about to be born. Suddenly, a thunderous roar shakes the entire field. The whole pride charges forward. Alara closes her eyes, bracing for the end. But something miraculous happens. Instead of lunging at her and the hyena, they run in a circle around the two, like a deadly enclosure, yet also like a protective wall. One male lion stops right in front of Alara. He bares his fangs and growls, but then simply stamps his foot on the ground without attacking. The entire pride creates a dramatic display, both terrifying and surreal. Right in the midst of this circle, the hyena mother successfully gives birth. The weak cry of the newborn rings out, piercing the suffocating atmosphere. That sound, like a miracle, makes the lions pause. They look at each other, then slowly and majestically retreat, as if they have witnessed and accepted the birth of new life. Alara lets out a shaky breath, her body almost giving way. She holds the newborn hyena, feeling the life squirming in her hands. The mother hyena's wound has stopped bleeding, and she is licking her new pups. The faint cries of the cubs blend with the wind, carrying a great sense of hope. In this moment, Alara feels no fear or anxiety. Instead, she feels an indescribable joy, a profound connection to the lives before her. She realizes that on the boundary between life and death, the birth of a new being can make all of nature step back. The lions, symbols of power and cruelty, have retreated, yielding to the birth of new life. In that moment, Alara understands that her job is not just to preserve animals. but to witness these magical moments where life triumphs over death. This scene isn't just a story of survival. It's a reminder that human courage can make a difference, and that nature, despite its harshness, still has moments of compassion. This is a story of faith, of the connection between humans and animals. We will continue to bring you more inspiring stories from the wild. If Alara's story of courage touched your heart, please like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next wondrous journeys. And you, have you ever witnessed a moment that changed how you see the world? Share it with us in the comments below.